Time and fee recording. There are two types of chargeable item in LEAP: time and fees. Time is recorded as units against a billable hourly rate. Fees can be a fixed fee for a type of work or an item with a fixed value, which are charged on a quantity basis. This lesson explains how to capture time and fees from the matter in LEAP for private matters. Start by opening your matter from the matter list. Now click on the Time and Fees button in the LEAP ribbon menu. Click on the New Time Entry button. This opens the New Time Entry screen. You will notice that the timer has started automatically. This is done so that you capture the maximum billable amount if you are recording time for a task being currently performed. Click into the Activity Code box and select the appropriate activity. In this instance, we are recording a telephone call from the client. When you've chosen an item, click on Select. Once the activity has been selected, click on the Stop Timer button. You can change the number of units and the number of minutes that make up the unit by changing the minute billing unit. This is usually set to 6 by default, but can be configured for your firm through LEAP options. The billing rate has automatically been set to the default rate of the staff member logged in. You can change this by clicking on the Staff box at the bottom of the screen and selecting the person performing the work. Select a staff member from the list and then click Select. Rates for staff members can be entered in the Staff Members section in Application Settings. You can choose a different billing rate to the one showing by clicking on the drop-down and selecting from Set of Rates assigned to that person. Click the Including Tax checkbox if the rate per hour includes tax. The tax type defaults to VAT on income, but you can select No VAT by clicking on the Tax Type Select button and choosing that option and clicking Select. Below this is the date, which defaults to today's date. This can be changed by clicking the Calendar button to select the date when the work was performed. Complete the billing description by adding further information as required. If you want to, you can add an entry in the Memo field. Memos are for internal purposes and will not appear on the invoice. You can select when you would like to bill this item or whether you wish to mark it as not billable by making the selection in the Billing box. By default, this is set to Billable Next Invoice. This can be configured for each activity type in LEAP options. Once happy, click on to Save and Close or Save and New if you wish to add more time entries to this matter. The time entry has been added to the Time and Fees ledger. To add a fixed fee item, click on to New Fee. Adding a new fee is very similar to adding a time entry, as you can see by the layout of the screen. Again, click on the Activity Code box and make the selection. In this instance, we are capturing a 10-page letter, so we will select Letter per page. When this is done, click on Select. The quantity box defaults to 1. We'll enter 10 to match our example. The Amount field updates with the new total. You can change the amount each item is costed at by overtyping the Each box. Check the Including Tax box if the item amount is inclusive of tax. The tax type defaults to VAT on income, but you can select No VAT by clicking on the Tax Type Select button and choosing that option instead. Then, select the date the fee is being recorded for. Complete the billing description by adding further information as required. If you want to, you can add an entry in the Memo field. Select a staff member from the list and then click Select. Select when you would like to bill this item or whether you wish to mark it as not billable by making the selection in the Billing box. By default, this is set to Billable Next Invoice. Click on Save and Close or Save and New if you wish to enter more fixed fee items. The fee entry has been added to the Time and Fees ledger, which shows all the time and fees posted to this matter and that have not yet been included on an invoice. The ledger can be sorted alphabetically by clicking on each header. It shows unbilled items by default, but you can change this by clicking on the filter in the top right and selecting a different status. The total amount of all entries recorded shows at the bottom of the screen. Unbilled entries can be edited by either double-clicking on them or right-clicking on the item and selecting Open. A right-click also enables you to change the billable status of the item. Click Save and Close to return to the main LEAP menu.